Yes.
And
Hello?
we are live.
Hold
What's
on.
up? What's up?
Lost everything. Hey, there you are. Okay.
You lost everything?
Everybody, welcome to. I did. Like all of a sudden, like everything went like weird. But I hit my head, so it's okay. Welcome everyone to Pair with the Abnormal, the Pair with the Normal podcast. I am your host, Timu Wolverine. I, of course, am here with our esteemed host, Miss MaryLynn Behast. And today we have an incredible special guest talk to us about some of the newest, latest, and greatest happening on Beacon, not Bacon, TV. Shane Pittman.
What's up?
Woo!
You are alive, Mike. That is awesome. I'm very happy to see you in person. I've been seeing posts, but we don't know what to believe, man. We heard that there was some freak accident, and then all of a sudden it's like we see posts from MaryLynn, but this is signs of life now. So I'm glad to see you here with us, man.
Yes, thank you. And so I think that's a great way to start this off, is to kind of give people an update, because this is the first time I've made any type of actual public appearance since my injury. But yes, I was injured on May 29th due to a poor sidewalk situation that brought a scooter down on the back of my head. I wound up in the ICU for a week. I lost most of my memory during that time. I am permanently deaf in my left ear. I have permanently lost my ability to smell, and I currently cannot taste, but that could come back. I fractured my skull in 3 places. I hemorrhaged. I tore my left labrum, and there was about a month to 2 months where I just couldn't really remember anything, and I couldn't take light. I couldn't see properly. My left eye, due to the injury, basically had ceased functioning properly. So it's been a long road, and I would love to tell you guys that I'm better and everything's great, but unfortunately that is not the case. It is still ongoing, and it will probably be something that I will have to struggle through for a while. So if I forget something, or I have a weird pause, or I disappear for a while, my apologies. I'm just doing my best to get better so I can keep going with you guys. Because my goal, my end goal is to be able to entertain. I loved being able to entertain prior, and my goal is to be able to continue to entertain you guys even post-incident. So that is me.
Well, we are happy you're back.
So happy, man. And unfortunately, I don't have an excuse for how I act. It is what it is with me. Like, but we've been praying for you, man. We're rooting for you. And if there's anything we can do on our end, just let us know.
Yeah, man, thank you so much. But I think what we really want to talk about is Paranormal Mysteries. So what makes that so interesting is that was not its original name, right? If I remember correctly, it's the same cast as the incredible HBO special, The Holzer Files.
Yeah. So it's the same cast, same feel, like the same feel of investigating that we've always done for a while now. And yeah, so unfortunately we couldn't take over the Holzer Files name, nor would we want to. That's the family's name, and we completely get that. But we wanted to kind of expand upon our style of investigating and kind of adding to other cases, and kind of expounding on those cases. So that's exactly what we've done with this season, and we're wrapped up, and we're putting finishing touches on a lot of the episodes, and we're super excited to have it premiere in this September.
So let me ask you this. Did you know how many episodes you wanted to film when you were putting it all together, or did it just kind of randomly turn into, hey, we're going to film X amount of episodes, or did you kind of already have it like?
Yeah. So we had it planned out because the main thing is the reason why I started Beacon TV and wanted to bring that is because a lot of the paranormal shows have disappeared, right? And
Yeah, it's true.
a lot of people are craving content, but at the same time is at Beacon TV, we listen to the audience, right? So I don't want to do a 20 episode order of something and people really not dig it or latch onto it. So we're like, okay, let's start out with 6 cases, 6 episodes. Let's see how people feel about what we're doing and kind of the evolution of everything, and then go from there. If people love it, then we will continue on. And yeah, so that was the thought process behind that. Just we want to listen to the viewers, to the audience. We want to make sure that we're doing what we can to make sure that we're attentive to what people want to see.
So with that, Dave Schrader is obviously, a big part of the show, which is great. It'll be basically his
Don't say that. If he's listening, he's going to have a bigger ass head than he already has.
So, well, my question was, does he bring like all 20 of his kids as production assistants, or like how does that work?
If he did, we would get done with our episodes way sooner. So maybe that's something we need to incorporate into season 2, because God knows. And you know what? I'm probably as relative in some capacity at this point. Like, we need to do a 23andMe and figure out.
It's crazy, but it's true. With Cindy Kaza, so this will also be Cindy Kaza's basically Beacon debut.
Yep.
Can we just acknowledge how sexy Cindy Kaza truly is?
Stop it, dude. Look.
I would have her babies. Like that's. I mean, I didn't even know it was possible.
No, well, you're talking about somebody else. It's Cindy Kaza, not Kaza. But anyway, Kaza, tomato.
Kaza. So she says Kaza.
Yeah, but Cindy is amazing. Like, she's just like with the Holzer Files and Dead Files and all of the stuff, Ghost of Devil's Perch, everything that she's done. She's a rock star this season. You'll see that. You'll see her expand upon a lot of the work that she does and kind of incorporate some new things into our investigations, which I think is really cool. You'll see Dave kind of expound upon.
Did you say nude things?
No, dude. Come on.
Remember, he can't hear.
Yeah.
I know. And I'm hearing dogs too, so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, has she asked about me? It's fine. It's fine. I get it. Yeah, it's cool. Well,
no,
in time.
I think he's fangirling.
Yeah.
I know.
No, she hasn't. But like I was saying too, like Dave, he does some really cool out of the box things this season too. You'll get to see poor Shane moments like you do every other freaking time.
Did you have to get into any crawl spaces this time?
You'll have to watch and see. I'm not going to give away anything.
Okay, there you go. Okay, how about this? Can you tell us what do you believe is going to be the first episode? What is the location of the first episode? Can you tell us that?
I can tell you. No, I cannot. Unfortunately,
next guest.
Here's the thing. Yeah. So here's the thing. We're different than networks, right? But at the same time, we kind of want to leave the mystery there, right? We're Paranormal Mysteries. We want to leave the mystery there so people are intrigued and they want to tune in and find out what's up. But I can tell you the first episode that will air is a badass episode. I've watched it. I've seen it. It's really good.
So let me ask you this then. You've been doing this now. How long have you been actually doing like filming of the paranormal? How many years?
So filming in this capacity?
Yeah.
Probably 8 years? Not too long filming. Been investigating a long time, but not,
So have you
producing
through the time, just being, I guess, an enthusiast, and then actually filming, I mean, do you still get those moments that like you can't believe it?
Oh yeah, man. I think that's why I am continuing doing this to this day. Is because there's always those moments that kind of propel me into like, you know what, I got to have more. It's like you're almost chasing the next. I guess you could. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like there's something about it to where once you see that, and once you see something that extreme that you can't explain, it just propels you into, okay, well, there's got to be something even more extreme than that. I'm going to go see if I can find it. Right. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all the time. The strange and unusual never ceases to amaze me. And it's why I love doing what I do. And I'm thankful that I get to do it with some really amazing people. So,
That's pretty awesome. So I like, even when I travel, we do pair with normal.
mhm.
Despite the fact that there are like incredible things that will happen to us, there are things that I know will always kind of be the same. For example, at some point, MaryLynn is going to get some type of stomach ache and need Tums. Like that's guaranteed. It's going to happen, right?
No,
She's going to blow
no,
Every
up
day.
some hotel bathroom. It's bound to happen, right?
no, no, no. At some point, Mike's always going to need food. I can tell you that
Yes.
is a certainty.
Yes.
And
Yes, that is.
and then he'll try to lie about it. Then there'll be remnants all over his mouth.
All over his
I mean,
face. Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. My goal this year when we start filming for season 2 is to be able to make it through the entire season without having to go to the hospital. So,
Yes, please.
yeah. Last year, people may or may not know, but our season finale at Virginia City, after we finished filming that, I actually wound up in the hospital days later because of my spine. So, yeah, I'm going to try to not fall and
Did
hurt
you
myself.
did you even tell me that?
I don't know. I don't know who.
It wasn't
I'm so
announced.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
you didn't tell me that.
I'm so
I had no clue.
independent. Yeah, I wound up in the hospital in the emergency room. I could not move. I had to get. Boy, I wound up getting I got Toradol, dexamethasone, clodramine, and morphine. Which actually I just wound up taking a ride on the Vomitron after it was all said and done.
Yeah.
But it turns out I had herniated a small portion of my back. It wasn't even that bad, but I just had to go get some decompression, and I was good. It took a while for me to get used to it, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that front now. So now it's
Yeah. So when he was walking, his back was here, but his hips were here.
Yeah, I was like sideways. It hurt so bad. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, we gotta get you taken care of, man. That's rough.
Well, I've already
That's
told
life.
him we're going to do bubble wrap all around him. No matter where he goes, he's going to be bubble wrap. So
Hey, he's gonna be
Got that.
bubble boy. We just have a big old bubble and just have him live in it.
yep.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. I believe Josh Purvis was with you for most of the filming of Paranormal Mysteries. So
or as we call him, Big Perv.
Big Perv.
Big
So
Perv.
my question, Cindy Kaza, she's very in tune, and she is definitely in tune with, the different lights, dimensions, and fae. Did at any point she just assume that he was just a giant gnome?
Oh yeah, and she told him numerous times. Yeah.
Because that's totally what he looks like.
Which was great because it's like it gives me a break from calling him names. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's true.
And he's probably listening right. If he is listening right now, that's even better. That's funny.
That's the best. So he's supposed to come with me to, because I got tickets to see Sleep Token in Florida, September 17th. But this was prior. This is back when I had 2 ears. I only have one now, so I can't even I can't hear out of this side pretty much at all. And I have a hearing aid in, and I still can't hear out of this.
Yeah, that's tough.
So I'm like, dang. So I have an extra ticket. So I'm like, come on, dude, you can come with me. So hopefully he shows up, but I'm worried that they're not going to let us in because it's going to say something like no garden appliances.
Or no pets allowed.
Yeah, and he kind of looks like he just belongs in somebody's lawn.
He looks like a big poodle to me, but that's just
I think Bigfoot.
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 Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
that
I
works
do
too.
plan on going to see Sleep Token. So with Dave though, do you have like, because he's so, he's so big, so opinionated. Do you ever have these moments like when you're filming when you're like, I want to say something to you that I probably should not be saying, but we're filming? You
All the
jerk.
time, dude,
Oh,
all the time.
yeah.
No, especially when he's like, "Hey, I feel like you need to go here," and I'm like, "I feel like you need to shut the hell up." And but I don't say that, but I honestly feel it a lot of the times. But yeah, no, I mean, we all get along well. Like one cool thing about like me, Dave, and Cindy it is like a big family. Like even
Yeah.
off camera, we get along with each other so well. We vibe really well, which I think is important, especially when you're doing this type of work for as many hours as we put into this, and the research aspect of everything. We really love each other. We're a family, and I think it's rare to have that nowadays, especially when doing certain things like this. So I'm super blessed. Like I can't say it enough how blessed I am to be able to work with a team that um, we just get along with each other and we do good work together, and it's awesome.
Dude, sounds weird, but you've gotten older, right? Since you first started filming.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, at some point, does it hit you that, it's kind of like it's hard to, you don't notice the good old times until the good old times are gone, Like, do you feel
Yeah.
like you're kind of in one of those moments with, with the filming?
Yeah, all the time, man. Like I remember watching older episodes of the Holzer Files, right? And I look
Yeah.
younger even watching those, and it's like man, it sucks. It sucks getting older. It sucks having more aches and pains, and getting to a point to where like I have the same excuse Dave has, like, oh, my knees won't allow me to get down into this small little area, or my back hurts or some shit like that. Like it's getting to the point to where I have to make those same claims, and it sucks. But at the
Yeah.
same time, man, like I think just like living in the moment and really cherishing now and not worrying about the future or things that happened in the past, but just focusing on the now is something that we all should be doing. And it's something that's really important, and something that I think, uh, it'll take us out of that headspace and just allow us to live and allow us to enjoy things.
Yeah. And you wrote a book recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So has that, letting that out of the, I guess, out of the bag. I mean, it's one thing like when you could do like a presentation and you could talk a little bit about your past, but it really is a whole nother way of opening up when it's in written form and it's there for everyone to see. What
Yeah.
type of reaction did you get from writing the book?
From other people or just me
Yeah.
doing
Both. I
so
mean, both, were people
yeah.
like,
Yeah, so me personally, it started, I think, like a healing journey for me. Um, but it was terrifying, because it's
yeah,
basically it's really opening up some really vulnerable spots
yes,
in
it is, Sabrina.
my life, and kind of bringing it into the light, which is a terrifying thing. Um, but you know what, man? Like from writing it, I've had people come up to me, and this was just like a few weeks ago. Somebody came and told me, like, I was thinking about not being here the next day, and they came to me and that night and was like, I was thinking about, you know not even being here tomorrow. And I'll leave that up to imagination for everybody, but I think people get what I'm
Yeah.
saying. um But because of your book, I feel like there is hope. And saying things like that, even if it was that one person that ever said it, it's worth writing the book, and it's worth me sharing my story, because if one person, if it saved one person or helped one person, then it was worth it. And luckily for me, a lot of people have sent me messages and have told me how much it's helped them. So the reaction's
Hope
been really
helps
good,
find
and I'm
meaning
thankful.
when things are meaningless, you know?
Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And a lot of times, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier about living in the moment. A lot of times we focus on the what ifs of, well, what happens if I do this, or what happens if this doesn't happen, or my past has been so bad, and you focus on that, it's past or future, that it steals your life. It steals your life, your joy, everything. And I just tell people, even with the book, it's like there's hope. There's hope on the other side of your pain, but sometimes you have to get through that pain to see the hope on the other side
You
of
got
it,
to get
right?
through that pain by listening to Shane.
That's right. Shane the pain is what my mom would always call me. And I love my mom, but she knows me, and like I'm a stubborn dude. And so she would call me Shane the pain a lot. And or Shane the brain, but it always depended on how well I was acting, of which one she would use. Yeah. But yeah, anybody
uh,
listening out there too, there's hope. There's hope. Mike, you may need to hear it too, man. There's hope. I know you're going through a lot of stuff, man, but
it's true.
there is hope. There is hope. You're going to be okay. We're going to get you through it.
That's really important. Yep, Sabrina, I said and cried because it made me think differently about my dad, which is great. Heather came on, said reading your book helped me have hope, even though I felt like nothing in this world, which is fantastic.
Mm.
Jenny says Shane's book is amazing, she's absolutely correct. And Edward Johnson has a good question for you. You wanted to know what your biggest influences were when you first started exploring the unknown.
Mm. It's a very good question. Of
Cindy
course,
Kozlov, obviously.
yeah, that's right. And maybe that Schrader guy, but no,
That
there
trader
were
guy.
there were a lot of people. Holzer, of course. I remember reading books of his when I was a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Harry Price. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that I gained influence from. Um, but yeah, there's so many to list, man. But those are a couple. But Holzer was one big major influence for sure, because a lot
So
of people don't realize. A lot of people don't realize he didn't just write about spirits and ghosts and stuff. He wrote about spirit photography, UFOs,
yeah,
um, a whole range of
he really
different
went. He
topics.
really went out there with everything that he wrote down. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah. All ranges of the strange and unusual. He tackled them. He no topic was kind of off limits for him. He went and he studied, and he was a true parapsychologist to his core.
See, and then when was that was like what, like the 1400s before Christopher Columbus, right? So I mean, he was way ahead of the game.
14. 1400s. You're a little off. A little off.
He hit his head.
That's true. I hit my
Yeah,
head. Okay.
yeah.
Um,
No, 50s and 60s and stuff like that, writing and doing all of that stuff, and this was a lot of people that you know they don't really pay too much attention to it, but this is before Google and internet and all of this stuff. So all of his meticulous notes that he took was just bare bones research, man. It was boots on the ground research, and
yeah.
it's kind of like a lost art form at this point, because a lot of us can just chat GPT whatever we want, and it's right there at our fingertips. But he had to go and travel to these places and take planes or trains or automobiles. He had to go the bare bones way to try to get to the truth, and that's something that I really respect, from Holzer and from all of these pioneers in the past, is they really didn't have the resources that we have today, and they still did amazing work. So,
That's true. And I think that's a great time for us to do our spirits to the spirits. I will warn you, I cannot taste, and obviously I have no sense of smell. So this is just Captain Morgan spice rum, but I cannot taste anything.
God. So you bring that up. That is the first alcohol that I had that got me so tore up drunk that so the story with that is I was with my now wife, but we were just hanging out and dating at the time, and we were with some people. We were at this little campsite, and we had a tent and everything, and my wife was like, "Hey, I dare you to drink this whole fifth of Captain Morgan by yourself."
Oh.
And me being dumb and being like 20 years old, whatever, however old I was, I was like, "Oh, sure, I could do that, no problem." So, needless to say, I did it, and then I spent the next like 2 hours in the tent, laying on my stomach and focusing on my infatuation, which was my left forearm. I was just staring at it, and I stared at that infatuation for about 30 more minutes until I puked all over it.
Oh no.
It was horrible. So you bring that up, and it's like, dude, that is like PTSD. It's like
Instant memories.
trauma. So I'll just drink this
Well,
water.
to Shane's
right
trauma.
Here. Yeah.
I'm
to
Maybe
drinking
Shane
my
will write about
Fireball.
that in his. Maybe Shane will write about that in his next book.
Yeah. Well, I told about it here. Now it's going to live in infamy and the Pair with the Abnormal podcast.
So we do
Yeah,
have
that's
another
right.
question. It says, when you enter a location, what's the first thing that you do to read the room?
That's a very good question.
I look
so
for the signs.
I look for the signs. No, the very first thing that I do is I'm quiet and I just listen. So, and this is what I tell a lot of people that ghost hunt with me is let's get into a spot, get into a location and be quiet. Don't say anything. Absorb the energy of the place. Listen, because you can tell what's normal sounds, what's abnormal sounds, and you can actually get a feel of the environment. And then just be quiet, because a lot of times we love to ask questions. Hey, when did you die? How old are you? What year is it where you are? Can you see everything like we can see everything? Blah, 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 blah. And we don't shut up and just listen. Like if we're really trying to get answers from the unexplainable out there, then sometimes we just need to be quiet and see if they'll speak. And a lot of times they will, and you'll get a lot of really interesting evidence when you do it like that. So that's
And
what
I
I
will
do, and
say,
that's not something I've always done either. That's something that I've learned. I've learned over time.
Well, that's where a
I
lot
had
of
the
people go in and they're
opportunity.
doing those rapid fire questions and they don't give them time to respond. So you're getting responses later to a question that you asked five questions ago.
Yeah.
And you're assuming that time is the same to them as it is to you, and it most likely is not, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it could be a scenario where they're not hearing you immediately. I think a lot of times too, we get certain answers to different questions that we have, sometimes 5 minutes after that question is asked. And maybe it's because that level of time is different. So, I'm totally getting you, Cap. What did that say?
Captain Morgan on the next Louisiana trip.
If you do, I probably 100% will not drink it, because that was traumatic.
Not unless it's in a fifth.
Yeah. That's right. Then I may do a take two and see if I could do it in record time.
Just pour it in a shot glass and hand it to him.
I helped film Searchers Afterlife. We filmed 3 episodes with you and Josh. That was Bell Mansion, Eloise, and then Rhodes Hotel, Hotel. But so most people that are on here know me. I'm a pretty loud, crazy, wild individual, but I was really there to learn and observe and help. And I really took that to heart and to meaning. And I actually got to see Shane and Josh firsthand go into their experience. And it's really interesting watching you both, because you can see when the hats from being a filmmaker, and being an investigator come on. But you're right. Shane is, he means it when he says he really likes to just kind of listen. He does not do anything quickly. He really wants to take in kind of like the whole account before he kind of makes up a decision. Josh is probably, I think, maybe a little bit more headstrong with just trying to get things moving. But you're definitely a lot more calculated, I think, than maybe what some people might even realize due to watching like Holzer Files, where you're kind of, poor Shane. But the reality is you really do actually have a lot of forethought into everything that you do as far as paranormal investigation goes.
Well, yeah, man, and I've learned a lot. It wasn't always like that. Even with the Holzer Files, man, it was one of those things where, in the very beginning of filming Holzer Files, I was trying to be really stoic, like, because you got cameras all in your face. It was a new thing. It was brand new. It was something that it's very unfamiliar. It's nerve-wracking. And so I'm like, okay, nothing's going to scare me. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to do my thing. It's going to be good. And one person that really helped me with all of that was Dave Schrader.
Oh.
He was like, hey, Shane, they brought you on because they value what you do and they want you to be yourself. Don't try to act all stoic and just be yourself. Be Shane. So he kind of allowed me to step into that element. And the more, over the years, what I've learned is all of these things that I learned on the Holzer Files and doing this for as many years as I've had, is to incorporate all of those things that I've learned and kind of bring it into my own little method or whatever. Yeah. So with you being there and that's another thing too. A lot of people see you, Mike, as like the goofball guy, right? But you know how to put on different hats too, and you've got this professional, thoughtful side too that knows when to shut it off and when not to.
Right.
And I think that's something that you've learned over time as well. So it's one of those things, and I encourage a lot of people, especially if you're doing this type of work, is to be okay with being wrong. Because when I was trying to be stoic and trying to do all these things, I could have said, no, this is how it needs to be, blah, 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 and shut myself off from input, from criticism, constructive criticism. And it could have messed me up. So I encourage a lot of people, be okay with being wrong. Be okay with changing your viewpoints. Changing your mind is not a bad thing. If you're growing, it's not a bad thing at all. Be open to it and adjust and adapt, and then you'll be better for it in the long run.
So, MaryLynn, when you started filming with Pair with the Normal, did you feel like you've changed from, beginning to end?
I became more comfortable in front of the camera. I haven't changed who I am personally, but it's just being able to ignore that the camera is there and just keep moving and being able to actually open up. I think I've, been able to be more of myself as I went along.
Yeah, that was one thing, MaryLynn, that I was super proud of you for, because in the very beginning, you were like me in the beginning of Holzer Files. It was one of those things where, oh God, what do I say? How do I get my words out how I want it to portray them, and how do I do that where it doesn't feel like I'm being robotic and stuff? Like, I know that all those things were going through your head, but over time you've adjusted and adapted really well, and now you're a pro. So it's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I was so nervous that first time and just trying to remember what am I going to say, and it's like, don't trip over my words, and just worried about even falling down. So
well, and I would feed you certain lines, like, okay, well, we need to get this line in there to kind of cohesively bring the story together. And so it was not all your fault. Like I know I was front loading a lot of information of, okay, this is what we got to do. And
And that's where
sometimes
going
it's,
along, I actually learned, even though you were kind of feeding those lines to me, put it in my own words. And
yeah,
that's where, able to figure that out once I got more comfortable with doing it and actually working with you guys, because I hadn't worked with you, or even Mike. Doing that first episode was the first time we had even worked together.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But you know what? It was fun. It was a lot
It
of
was.
fun.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a blast. And you know what? That's the thing too. When you watch a lot of these shows, even like the Beacon Originals, even if it's people that you've seen on other shows, every show is different. The way that they approach it can be different. You don't really know the whole scenario could be impactful to them emotionally, situationally, stressful. So it's really cool to just kind of go in, maybe watch some of the shows that you haven't watched on Beacon yet, because it might give you a completely new point of view or perspective that you had not been prior to.
Yeah, and one thing that I'm super proud of,
That's
especially
right,
with Beacon Originals and stuff like that, is even though it's a TV thing, and of course the storyline's got to be good, it's got to be an entertaining show. We're real. We're all real in what we're doing. We all take this seriously. Um, we all care about what we're doing and what we're presenting out there. So I'm super
We
proud of
all
that.
came to see Cindy Kaza, excuse me.
That's right. That's right.
So, Mike, so you ask us how we felt since filming. What about you when you first started?
Who me?
Yeah, your name is Mike, isn't it? Or should I be Timu?
Yeah, Timu Wolverine. So yeah, I if anything, so I'm so hyper focused when I set my mind to things. MaryLynn can attest to that, I suppose. Yeah. So if anything, maybe I was a little unsure because a lot of times, especially with Paranormal, because there really is no script, I work off of what I see and what I'm given. And so the more calm, or the more, I guess, you became, the more I can, push that boundary, right? So if anything, as we continue to film, I just became, I guess, more and more confident in wanting to be okay being myself. To realize that, whereas, Shane is a great example. Shane is a serious individual. With his shows are serious, right? There's actual investigation. There's plot points. There's progression. That does not exist in Paranormal. Okay, it is not that show. No. But that's the point, right? I wanted to create something that could show you that you don't always have to be a professional to still enjoy the paranormal. And I feel like I've helped people see that. And, people can now watch this brand new, incredible show that's going to come out called Paranormal Mysteries, and then take a break in between episodes when it's gotten serious, it's gotten heavy, maybe they've gotten scared, and they can go and they can watch Paranormal and they can laugh and feel good about themselves. You know what I mean? It's a great emotional reset, I think, that people need in life.
Right. Absolutely. That's couldn't have put it better myself. And to just segue off of that real quick, we have a new series premiering tomorrow called Adventures with Brichelle, the road trip. So if you need another avenue to kind of take a load off from the serious and all of that, then Brian Murray, Rochelle Stratton, they're from A&E's Ghost Hunters. They've got a new show on Beacon TV called Adventures with Brichelle, the road trip, that is going to be premiering tomorrow. You guys do not want to miss it. It's a great show. They go on adventures to different places all across the country. You get to see their dynamic. You get to see their dynamic and them joking around with each other, and you get to see them investigate some really awesome places. So we're excited about it.
Yeah, and believe it or not, Brian is the only person in the paranormal field I've ever arm wrestled. As weird as that is.
Who won?
I let him win.
Oh, okay.
But he actually could not.
I would lose to you both, so it's okay. I would lose to you both.
But I will say he could not move my arm, and that was when he was like, "Wow, you're strong as hell." But after talking to, I was talking to Rochelle the whole time we were arm wrestling. So eventually, I got bored. So.
So the next question we have for you, Shane, is working on the Holzer files and the searchers. How different is TV investigating from private investigating?
Okay.
There's slight differences, right? So in TV, a lot of people don't realize that if you hear a noise, right? Like, so there's an upstairs and you hear a bang upstairs and you're like, oh shit, what's that? In the TV world, you can't immediately run to check out what that noise was.
That's true. That's true.
You have to wait for your cameraman to run up there to set to capture us going up the stairs. Then we got to reset. So by the time that activity had happened, it could have passed you by, and you could have that moment could be over. So one of the big differences is, like, in private investigating, you can just go where you need to right away and do your investigating how you need to do it. In the TV world, there's a lot of sets, resets. Hey, we got to make sure that this camera angle is right to capture because the viewer needs to see what you're going to explore. And if cameramen are not there, then they're not going to be able to see what you're going to check out. That bang that happened upstairs, they're not going to be able to capture that progression of everything unless the camera shows it. So that's a big difference.
And setting up can take hours, right?
Setting up takes hours. There's a lot of, and one prime example of this is when we investigated the Queen Mary, and this was during COVID times. So fortunately for us, we had unfettered access. There was nobody staying in any of the rooms at the Queen Mary. We had it was completely skeleton crew. We had it all to ourselves, which is, we were the first team to be able, we were the first team ever to do that. And then there was others after us, but we were the first team ever to do it. And it was miles and miles of running cable to hook up the static cameras and the different cameras. I mean, I'm talking miles and miles. I mean, we must have had 50, 60,000 steps in when we were going back and forth to different areas of the ship to run cameras and all that stuff. So by the time we got into our actual investigating and doing everything, everybody, and I mean everybody, was exhausted because you spend all of this setup time. So that's another big difference. Private investigation, you can just take your gear, go in, do what you got to do. With TV world, there's so much behind the scenes setup that a lot of people don't even realize how extensive it is. It's pretty wild. There's a lot of work that goes into it.
No, Jenny, that was during the COVID times. So that would have been a few years back.
Yeah, that was during Holzer files. And so no, we didn't do Queen Mary for this series, but we did some really cool spots, and we've got other plans for season 2. As long as people love this season, we got some really
I'm
cool
sure they
things
will.
in store. I hope so.
When you're filming, so you mentioned, like that you hear that bang, right? Were there times in Paranormal Mystery where something sudden like that happened, but you were just too busy staring at Cindy Kaza that you just couldn't?
God. Oh Lord. No. So what's cool about Paranormal Mysteries is we have the creative control to kind of do what we want to do in that aspect. We don't have to rely on the traditional production company to tell us where to go, what to do. We can basically call the shots on our own with that, which is a big difference than the traditional networks, what people are used to with that. So
Yeah.
I think because I had Josh with me, I had people I trusted with me as far as camera operators and stuff like that. We were able to pivot pretty quickly and get to these places in more of a timely manner than it would have been on other shows. So
I'd
super
like to
blessed
say
with
how
that.
he mentioned camera operators that he trusted. I was not invited. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. That's fine. I get
Hey,
it.
hey,
It's cool.
hey, dude. Hey, dude. Look, since since we're not traditional networks, we don't have traditional network budgets either. Unfortunately,
It's so true.
I wish we did, but we did not. So, but luckily, we did have a fairly decent budget for what we were doing for the first season. But yeah, man, people don't realize there's a lot that goes into it, not just the setup time, but budget. I mean, the reason why, because look, if I was a multimillionaire, Beacon TV would be absolutely free. I, I don't really, I'm not in this for the money. Okay. Of course,
Yeah.
the reason why we have subscription fees is because there's operating costs, and in order to bring these shows to you, there has to be somewhat of a fee to make sure that we can keep producing these shows for you. But if it
Right.
were up to me, it'd be completely free if I could make it that way. Hopefully in the future, maybe. Um,
That's right.
but yeah, man, there's a lot that goes into it. These budgets, all of this stuff, and it's way involved. It's just really involved.
Well, and people don't look at the time that it takes, even for the travel, just to get to and from, and then during, and then you're looking at the end all of the editing that goes into it.
Yeah, and you have to pay these editors too. And if you want an editor that's worth their grain of worth their salt, right? They are more expensive than you think. Like
Yeah.
because they put hours and hours into looking through all the footage, going through all the audio, sorting all of the footage, and
Yeah.
they charge a good editor charges a pretty penny to do these shows. So yeah, it's a lot of there's a lot of operational cost, and that's
And I
what.
think
But
it's also important that people know that this is everything that's being produced, like Paranormal Mysteries. When that comes out, it's almost like just picking right up where the Holzer files left off. I mean, we're talking quality.
Oh
So
yeah,
this is not something that your friends just get together in the backyard and decide to make something. This is
no,
all very professional grade. This is creme de la
and
creme. Shane Pittman.
yeah, it's cinema cameras. It's all the same equipment that you would see on a traditional network production. Like we are filming with network spec cameras, so it's not like you're getting, like Mike said, it's not like you're getting like a handy cam thing and we're
Or
just
cell phone.
filming, right, or a cell phone. It's quality equipment, quality production, and like I mentioned, the subscription fees and stuff. It's like for the basic monthly, it's like $4.99 a month. And one good thing that
Stuff.
yeah, one good thing I could say about Beacon TV is I talked to um, all of my people there, and I'm like, look, yeah, we have to charge this, but this is one thing that we're not going to do. We're not going to raise our prices. So, like in 90 days' time, you're not going to see, you're not going to see an email where it says, oh, we had to raise our monthly price $3 due to this or that. We're not going to be that way. So, once you're locked into a price, that's the price. And and because we're a private company, we're flexible and we're able to do that. If we were a public company, we have other people telling us what we need to do as far as our prices. Luckily, we're going
It's
to
true.
stay private. We're going to stay a private company, and we're honestly, and I say this wholeheartedly, we are doing everything with Beacon TV with you in mind, with you, the viewer, in mind. We want to listen to you. We don't want to nickel and dime you. We want to give you quality. We want to give you something that you're proud of, that we're proud of, and that you'll keep coming back for more. We're going to be bringing new faces, some very familiar faces, and we're going to be making some more announcements in the coming month or two that I think you're really going to like too. That we're bringing new people into the fold. Yeah,
which is
so I'm
important.
excited. Yeah.
Somebody asked you a question. They said, ask him if he wasn't a paranormal investigator, what does he think he would be doing today? Well, that's easy. He would be a stand-in for the lead singer of Skillet. So. Oh,
you better shut your mouth right now. Whether you've had some injuries or not, I'm about to come over through that screen, and we're going to handle business.
But what do you think you would be doing?
So unfortunately, I know what I'd be doing. I'd be in the corporate world. So before the Holzer Files, I was an executive for a company. A lot of people don't know this. And I wore suits all the time. I was in charge of 400 employees, in charge of 20 plus different clients. So unfortunately, I know that if I was not doing the production and TV thing in Beacon TV, I would be in the corporate world, miserable, having a soul draining job. And I'm not knocking people that have corporate jobs. I know that, y'all make the world go round. Y'all, your place is very important. But I know for me personally, it took me away from my family more than the TV filming did, which tells you a lot. I was away from my family 6 days out of the week. Was home on Sunday. Was so tired on Sunday that I couldn't even spend time with my family because I was too exhausted. And then I would have to turn around on Monday and be traveling again for 6 days. And I did that for over 5 years.
That's crazy.
Horrible. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say this because we're down to our last few minutes. MaryLynn and I, we will be in Savannah, Georgia, August 30th and the 31st at the Macabre Con, which is taking place at the Savannah Theater. So you can stop by, come see us. We'll be a part of some panels and whatnot. Shane, what's your next event?
So I'm going to be, when is it? Saturday, I'll be in Miami, Florida. And I'm sorry, I think it's called the Gold Coast something. I'm so sorry. This was like a last minute thing that I was going to, I was asked to show up at. So I'll be in Miami, Florida. If you can find that and you're in the area, come see me on Saturday and we'll hang out. It'll be a good time. And then Sunday I'll be in Ocala doing like a little oddities event thing there. I'll be there for a few hours. Then I'll head home on Monday. And then the following weekend I'll be in Utah, Vernal, Utah, for the Phenomicon, which is an amazing event. That's going to be really cool. So that'd be September 4th weekend.
Yeah.
So if you're in the Vernal, Utah area, come see us. The whole cast of the Holzer Files will be there and Paranormal Mysteries. So me, Dave, and Cindy will all be there. It'll be kind of like a Holzer Files type reunion. We'll have a Holzer Files dinner there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Tell Cindy I said hello.
If she's watching this at all, she's probably heard it like 15 times now. And maybe, she's like, who the hell is Kaza? Who's that?
Oh, yeah. That's right. Kaza.
Yeah.
So with that, I will be with Aaron Sagers for his Spooky Explorers Club. So if anybody's not familiar with that, I think it's sold out for this year, but maybe consider next year.
It's amazing. Cool. It's amazing. He puts on some really cool events. So yeah, y'all don't want to miss out on that.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely great. It's going to be mental. I'm very excited for it. With that, I think MaryLynn, you're going to another convention as well.
Yes, it's the Realms Conference in Tennessee.
That's right.
I'll be there on September 14th.
That's right. Which Tennessee is next to Kentucky, right?
Yeah, I'm not good at geography.
Well, there'll be fried chicken. I don't know. So
wow.
we'll just roll with that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. So please, if you have not found a way to follow Mr. Shane Pittman, You can find them at Starring Shane on Instagram. I think you're on Facebook, YouTube. And can you go ahead and tell them the name of your book and how they can find it if they have not found it yet?
Yeah, so the name of the book is called Hope on the Other Side of Pain. And you can find it on Amazon, or you can find it at officialshanepittman.com. And real quick, one more plug. If you have not watched Peril with the Normal, if you have not watched all of our other amazing shows on Beacon TV, you can go to StreamBeaconTV.com, sign up there, and make sure you really want to sign up, especially you want to watch those shows, but you want to make sure that you are in the queue to watch for September when Paranormal Mysteries comes out. And of course, tomorrow is Adventures with Rochelle, the road trip. So if you want to see Brian Murray and Rochelle Stratton, you want to make sure that you sign up tonight so you can watch their first episode premiering tomorrow.
I would have her babies too. I'm just throwing out Brian in a pinch, but I would start with Rochelle. You know?
Brian in a pinch, huh? Yeah.
In a pinch. Yeah, in a pinch. All right, why don't you go ahead and play us out? Thank you, everybody. We will see you next time.
Thank you.
See ya.
Woo!